What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and I'm back with something a little bit new. Yeah, I've covered some Marvel stuff on the channel before, but this is the first time I'm really reviewing a set of Marvel Legends, but that's because it covers probably one of my my favorite recent story in comics, and I was really excited, so I kind of wanted to talk about these figures, which is the King in Black, which is the Venom story, which started all the way back in. If I'm going by how the trades are naming them, it goes like Rex, Abyss, Absolute Carnage, then Venom Island, Venom Beyond, and then like King in Black. Like, I loved that comic run. Donny Cates did an amazing job. Like, I loved the character of Null. I love how they gave Venom new powers that kind of made sense. And, you got all this really cool, like, art in the background. Like, you got the picture of the figures. It's windowless packaging, so like there's no way you can see the figures. You have Spider-Man on the bottom. Apparently this is for Spider-Man's 60 amazing years, even though he's a fairly new character, and he is you know like, he didn't show up until like the 300s or something like that in Spider-Man comics. So like, neither of these characters have been around 60 years, but the storyline's popular, so let's make toys. Like, it's so funny that like I had just started getting back into wondering what the hell was happening with Venom, so I just had found out about these characters. Well, not like, well, Null and like Venom getting wings and everything when they announced this, and I was just like, I don't know if I want it, but I do like how it looks. By the time I pre-ordered it, as soon as I was done, I was like, I'm glad I pre-ordered this because I need these figures, and I'm excited. It's like this figure is technically a repaint, but I think it's a really good repaint. So yeah, you got Null and Venom on the side, which are the toys. It shows you their accessories, and we will get to that in a little bit. And yeah, you got this really cool art of Null and Venom on the side, which I don't think that's from any comics, not that I remember. I don't remember seeing these on any covers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's yeah, mine in transit got a little bit dinged up. So thanks, Postal Service. But which is weird because like my box was really well packed. But I guess something happened that this got. It's no big deal. So let's get him open and check it out. And here they are out of the box. I've already attached Venom's wings, so I'll show that off in a little bit. So you know what, we're gonna start with Venom. Let's start with Venom with his big wings. I have to push them all the way back to get them all somewhat into frame. Like, those are big wings. Those are big wings. So let's he's gonna knock him over if I just bring him over. Which they do have an articulation point, which is kind of nice. So if you really want them smaller, you really could get them smaller. So that's nice. So they also do that. They pop off. Like, that's a little bit of a problem I've been having, is they pop off a little too easily, but I think there's a way to fix that, honestly. I think the wings themselves look really good, and I think they pulled them off really well. Like I said, it just, for whatever reason, mine like to pop off a lot, and I don't know if that's a a wide problem or just mine, but you can move them any which way. They can move on. You know what? This one's coming out, so I'll just pop that out. It has a hinge and everything, so you can really see how you get it in there. So, you can just pop it back in, which it does have a little bit of a hard time getting in there. I think it just, you know, it's new, so it needs to kind of get adjusted and everything. But yeah, so you can get that. You can get them. You can bring them in. You can bring them out. You can also just pop them off if you don't want them. Which it doesn't look too obvious if you get it from like the right angle or the right pose, and at least they painted the spider within there, so it's not just big black holes. They continued the art. Overall, I think he looks really good, even though he is just technically just a comic repaint of the movie Venom Marvel Legends. But I like that, and actually something I said when, because I have him nearby, he's a comparison. When I got this figure, which they are very similar. He obviously doesn't have the back holes, so I'm guessing the upper torso might be fully redone since they had to, you know, give him like new things. But like his legs and his feet, like they have the same legs, and like the hands. But the head sculpts are definitely different. I love this Venom's head sculpt. Like his head can move up this much. He can come look at you. Like I love how this head sculpt looks. Like he can look all the way around. He can look up for a lot. So like if you get his wings, you can really get him into some flying poses. So he can look down that much, but if you use his like ab crunch and his ball, like you can really get him crunched down. And oh, that's a little dinged up. I don't know if that's from just how the joints are or what, but at least they give you this nice spider. Like I said, yeah, it's all the same detailing, but honestly, I really liked this figure. He'll come back later for Scythe comparisons. But yeah, no, I honestly really liked that figure a lot, and I was just like, if it had like a regular and a new head, like I didn't even want the new head, honestly. Like the new head, I just like was like, oh, if they put a spider and everything, it could look really good, and I do like it a lot. You got his arms, who can move up that much. He can rotate that. Double joints. He's got hinged wrists, which can come out. That's really easy. And we also got fists. So if we want to swap one of his fists in. He doesn't come with any webs, which I'm fine with. I don't really need him to have webs, but like yeah, you got that. But I adore that head sculpt I showed you earlier. You also got like this ball joint like thing, so you can really get all sorts of poses and everything. He's just honestly, like, I think he's just really good. There's a reason, like, if you go on Amazon right now, you can find 1 billion bootlegs of this figure, and they're all just a load of shit, so don't buy them. Like, so it's like, you can tell that people like this figure, like, this mold. Like, this is a really good Venom mold. Like, my only, like, nitpick, this is a nitpick, would be, like, I wish he had different feet. Like, that's it. So, yeah, you get that. He doesn't really have anything, but he has this joint, so that kind of makes up for the waist. He has a thigh swivel. He can't go back, but his booty's too thick. He's got a swivel at the thigh, so that can go all the way around. Go up that much. Double jointed knees. Ankle rocker pivot. Up and down. So, overall, I love this Venom figure. Like, this is, like, I have a lot of Venom figures, and I feel like there is a variety of Venom figures. If you want a more, I guess let's bring in some comparisons right now, specifically for Venom. If you want, like, a more comic accurate, there is one out there for you. If you want one that's almost single hand, like just this one, but like you really don't care about the paint job, you can get the movie Marvel Legends release. If you want a more retro style Venom, you can get this version of Venom. Like, there is variety of Venoms. So if this is not the Venom for you and you don't care about Null, there's a Venom out there for you. So there's that. And again, Null is taller than all of them. He is just looming. He is looming. And there's those guys. Let's also bring in Nindoroid Venom. Isn't he lovely? Isn't he lovely? And let's bring in a regular Spider-Man. Like, these guys are big. Like, these guys are like 6 to 7, 8, like 7 to 8 inches, both of them. Like, they are big boys. And there's that. Let's bring in Skeletor for a size comparison. And let's bring in a Figuart. And honestly, I think these two look really well with all of these figure lines, honestly. I think they look really well. Like, it looks like they would really work. And let's finish off Venom's accessories, because as I showed you, he has the alternate hands. He also comes with another really good alternate head. Like, I like how this alternate head looks like too, but I like the tongue one a little bit more. Like, I think that one's the clear winner and the one I'm going to see. So, wait, can I? Curious on how this will look. Let's see. Curious. Does it fit? Oh, it does. Ooh. I kind of like how that looks. I don't know. What do you guys think down in the comments? What do you think about that? It honestly kind of works, because they're still black, and honestly they're not that different of shades. That could work. That could work. That's something I might keep in mind when I decide what I'm gonna do with this other head, if I'm gonna use it at all. But there is that, and that's pretty much all of Venom's accessories. So let's get into Null, the god of the symbiotes himself. And, by the way, if you don't know when Venom got his wings, when Null first woke up, well, like, I guess not woke up, but it's like, it was the weird thing, he was, like, connected to, if you don't know the stories, there was, like, another symbiote called the Grindel, and, like, he was connected to Null's hive mind, and somehow Null was able to project himself within the Grindel, and, like, steal the symbiote from Eddie and awaken new powers, thus giving him the ability to have wings. So, like, there's that, like, that's where the wings comes from him, and he looks awesome. Like, there are several different depictions of how Null looked in the comics, but honestly, like, I think they nailed it. Like, I'm gonna go through his articulation. Like, he's got, like, a neck joint and a ball joint at the head, so you can really get him into all sorts of, like, creepy, contorted poses, like how he kind of had in the comics. He has, like, his, like, his, like, little shoulder pads, which aren't connected, or maybe they are, really move out of the way. They really don't hinder any articulation, like, they go up that much. I showed earlier, they rotate pretty cleanly. He has a double jointed elbow. I wish he had an alternate set of hands, but this is fine. Also, I kind of wish they came with, because you saw him do this in the comic, like, something so it looks like maybe even a smaller head. Like wait, let's see. Would this work? No, not really. Of, like almost have, like, a tendril kind of thing, so it looks like he's holding the symbiote. Like, you saw him doing that a lot in the comics, but, like, you know, I don't really need it. So yeah, you got that. Both arms have that. This arm has a gripping hand, so he can grip all black. I guess one of the first symbiotes that he used, that he forged into a sword. So there's that. But yeah, this one has a different joint than this one. Like, this one has in and out. This one has, like, down and up, which I honestly prefer for swords. So you can really get him into different, like, poses with his sword, up and down, you know. So honestly, I think that's really good. So you can really get him into all sorts of really cool poses. And you know what's funny is this is not the first time all black is in my collection, and I wanted to compare these because, like, All Black also is one of those things that changed designs a lot, but honestly, I think this turned out really nice, honestly, All Black for the Marvel Legends. But here's the Nindoroid Venom's All Black Necro Sword. So, you know, going back to Null's articulation, he has a waist swivel. He can go all the way around. He has a ab crunch, which is a little hindered by his armor, which his armor looks awesome. His skirt does hinder his articulation a little bit, both forwards and back, but he can go back a little bit. But he can go out. He can do that much of a split. He's got ankle rockers and double jointed knees still. So yeah, you can get him also in just to a ton of poses. He does come with an alternate, more serious head, which is less teeth-filled than this one. Honestly, this one kind of reminds me of like Vigo the Carpathian from Ghostbusters 2. Anyone else get those vibes from him? But overall, I think this is a really good figure of Null. Like, if you are a fan of that storyline, if you liked Null when you saw him, if you love this design, it is a really cool figure. I like it a lot, honestly. I think it turned out really well. I can't get his sword in his hand for whatever reason. He's fighting me. Maybe it's because I'm trying to talk and do it at the same time. And like, he just looks really good. And honestly, I think he turned out really well, and I think this is a really good set, honestly. Like, I am happy with this set. I really do like it. It comes with probably one of my favorite Venoms, like, from the head to the posability. Like, you can do so much, and then they give you wings. They give you wings for him. Like, if you can get the right, like, flight stand, like, you can do so much with that Venom. And you get, like, a new figure where this is the only way to get a Marvel Legends Null. Like I said, if you do not need Null, like, you can get Venoms other places. But if you want a Null, you get a really good Venom with it. Like I said, this is a great Venom. Like, it's one of my favorites. Honestly, I think I have very few nitpicks, which another nitpick I kind of have is I wish Venom came with a gripping hand so he could hold All Black. But like, in the comics, we never really saw Eddie or Venom use the Necro Sword. Like, we only ever saw like Null, Gore the God Butcher, and like a few other people use it. But like, we never saw Venom, except covers. Like comic book covers, we saw Venom holding All Black all the time. Like, we saw like I think the cover for King and Black, for like the Venom trade, like the Venom King and Black trade, has him on like the throne and just like has All Black in his hand. But like, he never really wields it, so honestly, that's not a problem. This also isn't that cheap of a 2-pack, but these figures are massive and they give you wings the size of the figure. So it's a good time. Also, one of the reasons I'm doing this is there's not a whole lot of videos out there about this 2-pack yet, and it's a 2-pack I like a lot, honestly. Like I said, I thought I was going to enjoy it. I enjoy it so much more than I thought I would, and I had to do a video on it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy the storyline of King and Black as much as I did? What do you guys think of Null? You know, what's your favorite Venom story? You know? Do you guys like the movies? Do you guys want to see me review more Marvel Legends? Like, is that something you guys want to see? Would you want me to talk about comics more? Because I'd love to talk about Venom more. I love Venom. And I'm about to say, by extension, I do dig the Null. So, honestly, this is a 2-pack I can highly recommend, especially if this aesthetic works for you a lot and you really like Null. If you want Null, I would say get it. Like, you get a good set. And honestly, like, that's it. That's all I could say is I like this. It's good. I enjoy it a lot. So, Thank you so much for watching, and until whatever I do next, bye.